5 tricks to get women to approach you. Approaching girls made easy. Let me ask you something. Have you ever seen a guy do absolutely nothing, yet women seem drawn to him? What if I told you that women actually want to approach men, but only when the right signals are in place? The truth is most guys unknowingly repel women, even when she's interested, and that's a mistake you don't want to make. Welcome to my channel, Grammar's Wise. Vibes, your go-to channel for real relatable advice on navigating the complexities of love and relationships. Before we get into the 5 tricks, let me share a story that perfectly illustrates how setting the right signals can change everything. I came across this story on a relationship discussion for him, and it immediately caught my attention because it's something so many guys unknowingly experienced. Here's the story. David, a 29-year-old guy, had always struggled to meet women in social settings. He wasn't unattractive, he dressed well, took care of himself, and wasn't socially awkward. But for some reason, women never seemed to take an interest in him. He would go out with friends hoping to meet someone new, but the night would always end. The same way him, standing in the background, watching other guys get all the attention. While he just blended in, one weekend he decided he was going to change that. That night, he and his friends hit a popular bar. The place was lively music, playing people, laughing conversations, sparking up in every corner. And then he saw her, Rachel. She was sitting at the bar with a couple of friends, sipping on her drink and looking effortlessly confident. Something about her presence caught his attention, and then something interesting happened. He noticed her stealing quick glances at him. At first, he wasn't sure. Maybe she was just looking around. But then it happened again. She wasn't just looking, she was checking him out now in a perfect world. This would be the moment where David confidently makes his move, introduces himself and sparks a conversation, but instead, he froze. He looked away, pretending he didn't notice. He pulled out his phone, scrolled mindlessly, and acted as if he was complex, completely uninterested his thought process. If she's really interested, she'll come over right wrong. Here's the thing, Rachel wanted to approach him. She was intrigued, she was curious, but when women, especially attractive women, rarely make the first move unless they feel comfortable and invited to do so. So she gave him one last chance. She shifted in her seat, subtly leaning toward his direction. She moved just slightly closer, as if to test if he would acknowledge her. And David, still nothing. No eye contact, no smile, no open body language to Rachel. That was all the answer she needed. He must not be interested. So she turned her attention elsewhere. And here's where the story takes a turn. Not even 10 minutes later, another guy walked in. Nothing special, not the best-looking guy in the room, but he radiated confidence. Unlike David, he wasn't hunched over on his phone. He wasn't blending into the background. He was engaged, talking to people, laughing, making eye contact. His energy was magnetic, and Rachel noticed him within minutes. She was in a conversation with that guy, smiling, laughing, fully invested, and David. He just sat there watching all unfold, completely clueless about what had gone wrong. The worst part, he walked out that night, still believing that women just don't approach men, when in reality, he was the reason it didn't happen. Now let's pause for a second. What do you think David should have done differently? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Ever had a similar experience? We'd love to hear it. Because here's the thing, this is exactly why we're talking about 5 tricks to get women to approach you. Most men don't realize they're sending the wrong signals. And because of that, they keep missing opportunities without even knowing it. The good news that changes today, because in the next few minutes, we're going to break down the exact steps that make women feel comfortable approaching you without you having to say a single word. Let's get into it. Now, let's dive into the exact steps you can take to make women feel drawn to you without even saying a word. Because the truth is, Most guys don't realize that they're sending signals all the time, whether they mean to or not. And if those signals are wrong, women won't approach you, even if they're interested. So let's break this down. Step-by-step trick number 1, use strong eye contact and a confident smile. One of the easiest, yet most overlooked ways to invite women in is through eye contact. It's subtle, it's powerful, and when done right, it makes all the difference. If you catch a woman looking at you, don't immediately look away. Like most guys do, instead, hold the gaze for a moment. Keep your expression relaxed and then offer a slow, confident smile before looking away. It's a simple move, but it sends a clear message. I see you and I'm open to this interaction now. Think back to Story. Had he locked eye with Rachel and given her a confident smile, she would have instantly seen that he was open to an interaction. Instead, his lack of response made her second guess as herself, and she moved on. And here's why this works. Eye contact builds an instant connection. It creates a moment that both people feel, even in a crowded room. And when you pair it with a genuine smile, it signals that you're not just confident, but comfortable in your own skin. Women are drawn to men who carry themselves like that. So if you're making eye contact but not reinforcing it with the right energy, you're missing an easy opportunity to make women feel safe enough to approach you. Trick number 2, position yourself in Hydra areas. You can't be approached if you're invisible. And no, this doesn't mean you have to be the loudest guy in the room, but it does mean that your positioning matters. If you want to be approached, you need to be accessible. That means standing in areas where women can naturally interact with you, like near the bar, in a central walkway, a party, or close to an event, main gathering area. Think about it. If a woman wants to approach you but has to go out of her way to do it, she probably won't, but if you're already positioned somewhere that makes casual conversation easy, she's much more likely to take the opportunity. Now, let's talk about a common mistake. A lot of guys make many men position themselves away from the action. They lean against a wall, stick to the edges of a room, or pick the most isolated corner of the venue. Some even sit with their backs turned to the rest of the crowd, head down, glued to their phone, and then they wonder why women never approach them. Let's be real, if you look like you don't want to be engaged, women will assume the same thing. So, next time you're out, think about where you're standing. Are you in a place where it's easy for women to strike up a conversation? Are you positioned where people naturally walk past and see you? Small adjustments in your positioning can completely change the way women perceive your presence. Trick number 3, use open body language. Your body language speaks before you do. And whether you realize it or not, women notice a closed-off posture. Crossed arms, hunched shoulders, avoiding eye contact tells women, I'm not interested, or worse, I'm uncomfortable in this environment. But open body language does the opposite. It signals confidence, warmth, and most importantly, approachability. Here's how you can instantly improve your body language. Keep your shoulders relaxed and back. It creates an open, confident stance. Stand tall with your chest slightly open. This projects self-assurance without being aggressive. Make sure your arms are free, not cross. This invites engagement instead of closing you off. Now, let's go back to David's situation. If he had simply uncrossed his arms, leaned back and in a relaxed way, and made himself look open to conversation, Rachel might have felt comfortable making a move. Instead, his closed-off posture made him seem unapproachable, even though he wanted to be approached. The lesson here: your body language should invite, not discourage, interaction, even if you're not actively talking to someone. The way you position yourself can be the difference between being ignored and being noticed. Trick number 4, engage in social interactions to build an attractive energy. If there's one thing that instantly makes a guy more approachable, it's this social energy. Women are naturally drawn to social proof. They feel more comfortable approaching a guy who's already engaged in conversations, rather than one who's sitting alone staring at his phone looking like he doesn't want to be disturbed. Here's the thing. When you look like you're already having a great time, people want to be part of it. It signals confidence, ease, and a high-value presence. So how do you implement this laugh and interact with your friends? Don't just stand there like a statue. Have fun, be expressive, and let people see that. You enjoy the moment, greet people around you, whether it's the bartender, the group standing next to you, or even the guy at the coach at. Being socially fluid makes you seem magnetic. Be involved in the environment instead of looking like an outsider. Be part of the action. Engage in conversations. React to things happening around you. And project a sense of prayers. You remember, people don't approach silent observers. They approach engaged participants. Trick number 5, wear something eye-catching. Here's the simplest way to get women to notice you wear something that makes you stand out. It doesn't mean dressing in some over-the-top outfits. It means having one signature item that sparks curiosity. Maybe it's a unique watch, a bold coloured jacket, a ring with an interesting design, or even a conversation-starting graphic tee. Why does this work? Because women look for hues to start a conversation. Think about it. If you walk into a place wearing an all-black outfit, you blend in. But if you have something, and once she does, you've already made the first move without even saying a word. Bonus tip, the mind-blowing secrets. If you've made it this far, you're one of our real community members, and we appreciate you. So here's a bonus tip, one that most guys overlook, but it's incredibly powerful bonus trick. Leave one subtle conversation hook. If you really want women to approach you, give them something small, but intriguing to latch onto. Here's an example. Let's say you're at a coffee shop and you order something unique like a lavender espresso. When the barista hands it over, say, "Slightly louder than usual, this is either going to be the best or worst thing I've ever had." Guess what happens? A curious woman nearby will hear that, and it all sparks something in her. She'll want to know. She might even turn to you and ask, as asked, "So was it good?" And just like that, you've created an opening. This works because women are wired for curiosity. When you introduce an open-ended, intriguing statement, it makes it effortless for them to engage with you. And once they do, the conversation flows naturally. The key is to make it casual, effortless and interesting enough that it creates pull, not push. So next time you're out, leave a conversation, hook, and watch how easily women start talking to you. Comment, "Confidence is key" below if you watch till the end. It lets us know you're part of the real community. Now let's be clear, attraction isn't just about looks. It's about the energy you put out. If you make it easy for women to approach, they will when you master eye contact, body language, social energy, and positioning. You become the kind of guy women want to interact with. It's not about chasing, it's about inviting. So if you got value from this video, hit that like button. It really helps our channel grow and lets YouTube know this content is worth recommending. Subscribe to Grandma's Wise Vibes for daily relationship insights that